WCVB News Center 5 at noon starts right now.
Another hot day in the upper 80s when we'll finally get some relief from the high temps.
And a live look outside. You can see that layer of haze out there over the city of Boston, and that is western wildfire smoke. Although it is another hot day out there, nearing 90 in some spots. Some relief on the way, though. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Antoinette Antonio.
And I'm Jessica Brown. Let's get over to meteorologist Kelly Ann Cicalese, who is tracking all of that.
Yeah, so we are tracking that wildfire smoke, creating the haze. You can see we are climbing. Temperatures are through the 80s, but notice in Boston, 78 degrees right now with that haze a little bit thicker. But look at this, our air quality is still coming in as good. So this smokiness factor is aloft into our higher parts of the atmosphere. So that's why we're looking at the haze, and that of course will be around, but it is not impacting our air quality, and good news there. We are making our way toward the mid 80s for much of the coastline, low 80s down toward Cape Cod, but inland is where we climb toward the upper 80s this afternoon, just about 88 in hot spots like Norwood. We'll see some increasing clouds this afternoon, so in addition to the haze factor, clouds increase as we're moving ahead to a chance for a few showers and storms. That activity is strongest and most widespread to our west through just around sunset hours, 8 to 9 p.m. But you can see how that starts to shift eastward. So there is a chance for a few spot showers and storms tonight, and we're tracking another chance for some showers later this week. I'll walk you through it ahead. Jessica, a couple of weather headlines here in the work week ahead. It is still hot as we're tracking wildfire smoke creating a haze. I'll have the timeline and track for our next chance for more widespread rainfall that should help to clear us out. Plus, we're keeping an eye to the sky for a couple of astronomical events.
What we would do. Jessica's like, oh, I'd be so scared to win too much money. Don't worry, I'll take your share.
Scared. She's like, I know exactly what I do.
I'll take it. Give me the money.
Well, we have a lot to look forward to weather-wise here in the week ahead. No major issues, but you might have noticed there's a little bit of a haziness factor from wildfire smoke. You've heard us talk about this before the summer, and unfortunately, it's something we're tracking again for the next couple of days. So as we break down what's on our radar over the next 12 hours, it's not just hot, it is hazy too with that wildfire smoke in the air. We'll be tracking a few late night shower and storms, possibly rolling in from the west, but I don't expect anything widespread in our area. So our next threat here, we have a front that's looking to approach late Wednesday into Thursday. That could bring a slightly enhanced potential for showers and storms to our area, but I think the bigger impact this will have is to help to drop our humidity and our temperatures as we approach your weekend. It's looking pretty comfortable, mostly dry this weekend, although we have to watch for the next round of rain that right now looks like it's more focused on Monday. Perhaps that spills into Sunday evening as well. We have that smoke plume that we're tracking aloft, so you can see how it's a pretty thick plume that's moving in by tomorrow morning. Luckily, most of this is focused aloft, so that's why we're not talking about big impacts to our air quality. But this is a direct path, and it's a large path too that we're tracking from some of these wildfires that have erupted, moving into the Pacific Northwest and into areas of Canada. So this is going to continue to flow into our area until we see a shift in our pattern, and that is something we are expecting by later this week. But for now, we're closely monitoring this. We do have current air quality showing some issues, of course, out to the Pacific Northwest, but here locally, air quality is good as we are looking at most of that smoke up in the upper atmosphere. 78 degrees in the city right now. We do have a little bit of a sea breeze kicking in, but you can see most spots outside of the city have now crossed into the 80s, 82 degrees in Plymouth right now. With that wildfire smoke, that could also be a factor with helping to slow down the heat up process, but I still expect we'll at least hit the mid 80s in the city of Boston. Best chance of hitting those upper 80s will be for our inland suburbs, where we get close to 88 in hot spots like Bedford and heading out toward Norwood. Low to mid 80s heading down toward Cape Cod and the islands. We have more of the ocean influence down there, and then we're watching our skies not just for this wildfire smoke, but also the chance for a few showers and storms. In our area, we look mainly dry through the evening commute, but we'll be seeing some activity out toward New York. That's an area where the chance of storms stronger, possibly turning severe. But as that starts to shift eastward, and notice the timing here around 9 o'clock tonight, these storms will likely lose some punch. So I do expect we'll see maybe a spot shower or two after sunset this evening, tracking eastward through our area. This is paused around 1 o'clock in the morning, and you can see maybe a few rumbles of thunder too with these showers that pass by in our area, but that will be moving out to sea by the time we move towards sunrise on your Tuesday. So gradual clearing after those spot showers and storms tonight. Then we're mostly sunny for your Tuesday, hoping to hold on to that sun for the partial solar eclipse on Wednesday. The max of the eclipse here here, about 16% coverage. So you definitely need those eclipse glasses to spot this, with the maximum expected around 1:55 Wednesday afternoon. By Wednesday night into Thursday, we have the Perseid meteor shower in its peak, although really anytime this week, try to keep an eye to the sky for that, especially after midnight. This should be ideal conditions as we're approaching a new moon. But one thing we have to watch here, we have our next frontal passage expected Wednesday night into Thursday, and that could not only produce some clouds, but it'll produce a next chance for some widespread rainfall here. Behind that front, that helps to cool us down, so we go from these upper 80s back down to near 80. In fact, some spots this weekend could stay in the 70s, so a big change on the way. Antoinette.
All right, Kelly Ann.
The way he described it too, that in itself is fun.
It is such an amazing sight, and looks like they had some amazing weather for that.
Yes.
Too.
Well, you know what? The weather wasn't bad this past weekend, although some might say it was a little hot and muggy. The mugginess factor isn't as bad today, but it is still hot as we're tracking a few storms later tonight, and we eventually will get rid of some of this wildfire smoke that's creating a haze. The timeline for that ahead with meteorologist AJ Burnett.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow morning on the Eye Opener, but there is another half hour of news ahead. Here's Jessica.